welcome to today's almost daily devotion. We are going to start by reading in the book of Proverbs. This is chapter 25, and we're going to start with the fourth verse, and it goes like this. Remove the tarnish from the silver, and a silversmith can produce a vessel. Remove wicked officials from the king's presence, and his throne will be established through righteousness. Do not exalt yourself in the king's presence, and do not claim a place among his great men. It is better for the king to say to you, "Come here," than for him to humiliate you before his nobles. What you have seen with your eyes, do not bring hastily to court, for what will you do in the end if your neighbor puts you to shame? If you take your neighbor to court, do not betray another's confidence, or the one who hears it may shame you, and the charge against you will stand. So Proverbs is an interesting book. Anytime that we encounter Proverbs, we have to take into account that it's a compilation over a series of centuries. It's not. It's as if you were sitting down and writing down all of the wise things that your grandparents ever told you while sitting on their porch in the summer night. All of the lessons that you've learned, and they're sort of bunched up together in like themes. So they're not like followed through. They're not like threads that are followed through, like a story that's followed through necessarily. They're more just pieces of similar information, similar guidance, similar proverbs to guide you through life. And in this one, what they're saying is that you need to be careful about power. Now, most of us are familiar with the phrase, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's the idea that if you're given unlimited power, if you're given no boundaries, no checks on your impulses, you're going to be corrupted. It's not possible for a human to resist that level of corruption. There is a reason that we have all these checks and balances and difficulties and stopgaps along the way. And it can be really frustrating when you just want to get something done. Like, I just want to get this done. Let's get it done. But there's a good reason why we don't rush into things, why we take our time to think about things sometimes. And that's not to say that every decision can be weighted and debated over and argued about for endless amounts of time. You do have to eventually make a decision. But for the truth is that if we put too much confidence and too much power in one person, or too much confidence and too much power in ourselves to make good decisions in the heat of the moment, or good decisions without any influence or any boundaries, or without any guidance from other good people who have our best interests at heart, then we're probably not going to make the right decision. We're probably not going to make a good choice. God gives us communities to live in. And one of the best parts for me about being part of a faith community is that it gives me a place where I can be honest about my struggles. It gives me a place where I can go and talk to other people, some of whom have already been through what I'm going through, or maybe never exactly what I'm going through, but may have a different perspective. And it's a place of intentionality where we sit down with one another before God and are honest about the fact that we don't have it all together, that we have struggles, that we have questions, that we need other people's opinions and guidance and thoughts. And that's just what this proverb here is saying, is that being a person of faith makes you different than other people. It gives you a different attitude, a different approach to life. It should cause you to want to be more open, more honest, more receptive to other people's opinions, and more aware of our human tendency to sin and our human tendency to be corrupted by power and be corrupted by things that are too easy and be corrupted by things that are popular but may not be the right thing. All of this love of power is what divides us and is what causes this friction and this fighting. And if we can be humble in spirit and wise in thought and patient in our choosing, then we're going to be in a much better place with God and with ourselves and with other people. It makes it too easy, this love of power, this love of being right, to alienate ourselves and to alienate other people and to pour scorn on them and to drive them away. And we should be different. We should be different than other people.